Hello. Okay, right, I'm going to go through this little hip mobility routine, working on internal and external rotation. Right, we'll get started. So, all you're going to do, I'm going to open out your legs. I'll show you from different directions as well. So, open out your legs, taking hands behind for support, and you're just going to transfer your legs across to one side and then back through center and then other side. So, as you're transferring, the aim should just change that, is that you've got your both legs at an angle and just transfer the both at the angle. So you'll feel more through the internal rotation as you take one knee in as you go across to one side. Okay, right, from here, we're just going to focus on internal rotation. So, not a very flattering picture, and I probably got a hole in my pants as well. But yeah, okay, so same sort of stance you just had, and you're going to bring your right knee in, or left knee, whichever. Just make sure that when you come in though, that your bum's not lifting off the floor. You want to keep your bum down, even if that means that you're not coming as far, and then come back up. And then do the same with the left. Bring the left down, and then back up. And you'll notice that one side might feel a little easier than the other. Just moving through that range. And then if you can, so you've done like a few more for each, try and move all the way across. So you're moving across to the left if you've got your right down. And if your right bum cheek is off the floor, you're going to try and sit it down without trying to lift the knee. If it lifts a little bit, that's fine. Just try and really ground it down. It might feel a little bit weird, a little bit uncomfortable. If you get any pain though, just ease out of it. And then ease out, come back through center. Switch sides, come all the way across. You may have to lift it up a little bit. Then if your left bum cheek's off the floor, try and sit it down. This is my tight side, so this is really tough. And then same again, you can either lean out or just come back in. Do one more for each side. So come across again to the left. The right knee's internally rotating, right leg. And then from there, try and twist your body over towards the right. And I just got a lovely click in my hip. Either ease out or try and stay rooted. Then come back over to the right side, to the left knees internally rotating, left hip. Same again, try and twist your shoulders over towards the left and take a pause if you can. It might not get down, that's fine. And then try and stay rooted as you come back in. And then just lengthen out your legs, just give them a bit of a shake. Okay, right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to keep that same sort of position. I'm going to show from both angles. You can use your right foot as a bit of a stopper. Same angle with your legs. You might need to kind of turn, and you're going to go, the back leg's going to be moving, so obviously I'll not be mirroring. So the left leg, obviously be your left leg, but you'll look the other way. Palms down and internally rotate and take it down. So you might not look like it is, but it's internal rotation. So your left leg, the bottom part of the leg's lifting up because you're internally rotating the hip, so you can lift the bottom part of the leg. If it's too hard here, you can come a little closer to the floor. So lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower. And then a little bit tougher if you can. If you can't, don't worry. Just keep going. Otherwise, you're going to try and lift up. You're going to try and grab your foot or your ankle. And you're going to try and lift it up a little bit more. And then just let it go. And then again, lift up. Try and pull up a little higher. Let it go. One more like this. Lift it up. And let it go. Right, now you're going to try and lift up. Keep it up higher. Hold it. Try and use your core, use your hip muscles. Strengthen your hip muscles. Lighten the load at the hand. And try and slowly lower down. Do it again. Lift up. Pull it up. Release if you can. Slowly lower. And then a couple more times, lift. Try and keep it there if you can. Slowly lower, last one. Lift it up. Release, slowly lower. Right. Again, just give that leg a little movement and then switch sides. Exactly the same on the other side. So going straight to the right side and just going through your internal rotation again. Again, you might notice that one side feels a lot easier than the other. Lifting and lowering. Again, with these reps, I'm going through it so you can kind of have a bit of a guidance. And if you want to do this again, you want to kind of go back through it, feel free. And then same again, try and lift up, pull, and then just let your leg come down. Just do that a few times at your own pace. 3 to 6 maybe more. Just so you can kind of get that range a little bit bigger. Apologies for the noise. Okay, now you're going to lift up, try and hold it. Try and lighten the load at your foot. Slowly lower. And then do that again. Lift. Try and keep it. Slowly lower. Lighten the load. Slowly lower. Apologies for the noise. It's the problem being out here. And a couple more. Really try and lighten up the load. Well, and then just again ease that off. Just give that leg a little movement. Well, okay. Right, just a couple of little things we'll do now. So you're just going to we'll try and switch the legs up. So you're going to try not to do it with your hands. If you need to do it with your hands, do it with your hands. So you'll kind of lean back to bring the legs forward in that angle. And then you're going to try and stand up at your knees. Sit back, switch the legs, either use your hands or use your core. And don't use your hands. Bit of noisy crow now. And then lift up, sit back, switch the legs, and stand. Take it back, switch the legs, and stand. One more for each. Last one. And well, right, spot on. Okay, we'll go through a couple more things. So what we'll do this one, then we'll do the one line on front. So you are going to it's going to be similar sort of thing as crow. I don't know what he's doing. So right, you're gonna lean forwards, then you're gonna lift up. You're gonna try and lift up this back leg, and you're gonna try and swing it in front of you. If you need to keep the leg bent, that's fine. Otherwise, try and keep it straight, and you're gonna swing it back behind you, bend at the leg, and then lean back forwards, and then lift it up. Bring the leg forwards, reach, take it back, and then lean in. If you want to make this harder, try and do it with the hands behind the head. So you're leaning down, using your glute, and then bringing the back leg through, and then do that again. Leaning down, lift, take it through, and then last one, lean it down, up, bring it through, and release. And then switch sides. Feel any movement, have some movement. Let's go straight to the other side. So again, keep the hands down, so lean down, swing the leg through, swing it back behind, lean down, bring it up, swing the leg through. You want to make it harder, like I say, hands behind the head, lean down, use a bit more on your core, swing the leg through, and back through. Surprisingly quite difficult. Doesn't look too bad when you're watching, but when you're doing it, it's a little bit A little bit tough. Lift it through. And a couple more of these. Lean down, up, bring it through. And then last one, lean down, lift, and bring it through. And then just straighten out your legs, give them a little movement. And then we'll do one last internal rotation. This should feel a little bit easier actually. So hopefully this doesn't impact the mic. I'll try and do it. So if you've got a mat, come off so that I'm going to show with my left leg, but you can do your right. We'll do them both anyway. So making sure that your knees are in line with your hips. You're not like this, not too far down, and you're not too far up. So knee in line with the hip. You can like flex into your foot again, and obviously you can either face your head down. I'm just going to turn my head so you can still hear from the mic. And then from there, internal rotation. Again, it might not look like it is. Internally rotating the hip, so your legs lifting up, and then lowering down. So yeah, just making sure everything's staying in line. So maybe have a little peek down at your hip, at your knee, just to see everything's in line. So you've got that kind of, if you had a clock, you want that, say you're at 9 o'clock with your leg, and then your body is at the 12, so 9 o'clock, lift and lower. Again, you can lift and pause a little bit and slowly lower. Well, and then either you can just turn to face either way, or I'm just going to turn to face so it doesn't impact any noise. And then just do the exact same on the other side. And then everything in line, flex your foot maybe rather than pointing, more better flexing. And then lift, and then lower. You probably just find that if you pointed your toe, you probably get a little bit more from the hip. So it's more back body when you flex your foot, more front body, front leg when you point your toes. Again, you can lift up, you can lower down. I'm just keeping lifted just so it doesn't affect the mic. So lifting and lowering. And again, maybe it's holding it out for you. You should find that this feels a little bit easier than doing it seated. If you found this, any of these hard, just using some as alternatives if you need to. So this could be your alternative, the first one, if you wanted to do it again. Last one, and then just ease it off. And just noticing how your hips feel. Maybe he's taking it into like a butterfly, just flapping the legs, or holding it to a position where you're taking a stretch. And just noticing how your hips feel. Do they feel a little bit more open? Hopefully that's the case. Just again, flapping the legs a little bit. And then any movements, if you want to do a hip car movement, feel free. And that's done. So if you want to do it again, see this is about nearly 15 minutes. So if you want to do it again, you could do, or if you've got it in your head and see you haven't got this available to you, you could just do more sets of 2 exercises that I went through. But I went through a lot more probably internal rotation. There was some external rotation, but regularly it's the case that internal rotation isn't kind of common in exercises. So you need to train it, you need to kind of move in that range. So that should help with kind of your strength exercises and any sort of hip exercises. So hopefully this is helpful. Hopefully you found this hopefully you found this useful. Hopefully you did all of it. And then I'll see you soon. You'll see me soon. Right. Bye.